Black dwarfs in establishment science are white dwarfs that have cooled to the point to where they no longer emit significant heat or light. And to them, because the time required for a white dwarf to reach this state is calculated to be longer than the current age of the universe, 13.8 billion years or whatever number they make up next, no black dwarfs are expected to exist in the universe yet. And basically, I just want to let the reader know that the establishment science has their own definitions for black dwarf, but it's complete hokum. All this really exists is a old, outdated version of star science which has not been updated. Basically, my readers can ignore this definition for black dwarf because the black dwarf inside of stellar metamorphosis is observable. The Earth is one, and Venus is one. The scientific establishment has no method for the formation of Venus, as the nebular hypothesis and all its variants have been falsified extensively via the discovery of exoplanets doing strange things that should be impossible. These two objects are simply the leftover remains of a long dead star or still dying star. This one still has magma interior, this one does not. This one has magnetic field still, this one does not. This one has oceans and an atmosphere full of oxygen. This one has an atmosphere full of CO2 and no oceans. Venus is what Earth is going to look like in a few billion years. So to those people who want to talk about global warming and whatnot, yeah, it's going to eventually happen, but it's not anthropological, it's not man-made. The creation of an atmosphere that has CO2 in it and no oceans and completely an inhospitable world is a natural process that the universe has. It takes black dwarfs, which have reached this stage, and once the magnetic field dies, its atmosphere eventually gets ripped away and becomes CO2. Venus very likely had an abundant atmosphere full of life and creatures walking among its surface and swimming in its oceans, but now it is much too hot as the surface conditions have sterilized the star. The powerful electric influence of the sun has been in the process of sweeping away all the positive ions that allow for regeneration of an atmosphere suitable to life, as the star will eventually lose most of its atmosphere over the next couple billion years and eventually resemble the atmospheric conditions of Mars. Of course, we can also throw in a bunch of asteroid collisions in there too and basically destroy it over time. I have written a paper concerning this, short and sweet. That's the paper I just read to you, and I have posted it onto Vixra. Anybody can read this. It's not under a paywall per establishment science. That's what they like to do. The writers of a lot of scientific papers, they believe that they can publish articles and have people be charged for them. Me, I don't think that's science. I think if you have a discovery or something interesting and you've been working hard, you should be allowed to publish this information for free and to let anybody read it, which is contrary to what establishment science likes doing. They like charging people for information. But there they are, black dwarf stars. Earth is a bit younger than Venus because it still has a magnetosphere, and Venus does not. In stellar metamorphosis, that's the sign that the star is mostly dead because it doesn't have a liquid interior producing the magnetic field. But there it is. There is an ancient Earth in all its glory. Alright, if anybody has any questions, feel free to comment below the page. I will make sure that I overview stellar metamorphosis to the best of my ability. But it will take some time, and it will probably take a good 250 to 300 videos to fully overview it. But I think that basically sums it all up. Alright.